session, Demystifying Gen AI for Business Growth. Again, this is the same, on the same line what Ganesh told about. We have been hearing so much about Gen AI. We know that Gen AI offers SMEs tool for content creation, customer support, data analysis, and task automation. SMEs need to leverage this cost-effective channel with considerations about data privacy, integrations, and ethical use. Gen AI can boost efficiency and competitiveness, but SME should stay updated on its evaluation capabilities through customization and employee upskilling. The session will throw light on Gen AI potential to revolutionize SME operations, making them more efficient and competitive, providing it usability and tailored for specific needs. I would like to call upon Akash Mavle, who is a global head of AI, CTO and Senior VP at Exela Technologies. Technologies is also national listed with over 27 years of experience and PhD in AI, NLP, data science, and building health AI. I would like to call upon Akash sir to take the stage.
Okay, wonderful. Good morning, Indore. How are we feeling today? So, just a quick set of questions to understand who all are here. How many are from really small and medium business, non-IT, like manufacturing companies? Okay. What about software companies? Wonderful. And software product companies? Great, great. So my stint with Indore started almost 25 years ago when I was offered by Impetus. So Impetus is homegrown, company in software development. For some reason, I did not take that offer, but that was the last time I visited Indore, and today is the, after 25 years, I am in Indore. So thanks a lot, NASSCOM, for bringing me here. What I'll do is, I want to get back to you with a lot of questions and stories. There is a flow in my presentation, but I will throw a lot of questions so that it will become more beneficial, okay? Now, before I jump into the overall agenda, what are the things you would like to hear? Do you like to hear the history, I think, which Ganesh covered well, the history of AI and how it relates to industrial? So what would you like to cover? Would you like to cover where in my business I can apply Gen AI? Where in my customer's business I can apply Gen AI? What are the things you would like to hear? The second one? Okay, perfect. All right. So let me jump into the agenda. I'm only making this just to tell you what we are doing. So we at Exela, we started almost 35 years ago. Our focus has been business process automation, and that after I joined Exela, we are doing business process automation in every area. So we obviously have 4,000 plus customers. These are small customers, as well as we have 60 of Fortune 100. Every area today, right from liquidity solutions, procure to pay, order to cash, expense management, everywhere we are using Gen AI, okay? Mostly we are using OpenAI, but we also have our own foundation model. How many of you are thinking or even thinking of building foundation models of your own? Great. Which area you are building the model? Traffic management. Okay, great. So public sector, healthcare, there are 14 verticals where we work. Everywhere there is Gen AI, there is LLM, there is AI. So let me go to the next one. This is the extent of our operations. Everything I say here, we are using AI, generative AI, you are using good old machine learning. We are also using a lot of data science, which is pure statistics, or I normally call it statistics on steroids. So if you look at one of the largest companies in law, They are automating their case review, their paralegal. Companies in contracts, they are trying to automate their contracts. So contract understanding, contract writing, contract creation. So companies are trying to say that here is my basic, hello. Here is my basic area. Can you generate contract? So can you generate pair provider contract? Can you generate lessee-lesser contract? Can you generate supplier-centric contracts? So a lot of generative AI right now is actually happening. How many of you are either delivering or using Gen AI? Which is still around 10% or 20%, okay? What I'm trying to tell you is, please look at Ganesh's slide. The jobs are going to vanish and jobs are going to be created. So if you're an IT services company or a product company, when you are focusing on manufacturing, when you are focusing on legal, banking, healthcare, state level, US, if somebody is focusing on US state, he talked about traffic. There are use cases in every area. And you will have to look at which jobs will vanish. And that should be your focus, according to me. So if you go to a company, you're trying to analyze their business processes, you might do analysis on procure to pay, you might say order to cash, you might say planning to execution. If they are delivering service, they are edtech, they are fintech, they need risk management. There is not a single area right now where AI cannot be used. And when I say AI, I'm talking about a larger umbrella of data science, machine learning, and AI. And when we talk about Gen AI, we are talking specifically about generative AI. The whole paradigm of generative AI means you are actually building. Ganesh talked about emotions, but I will go one step further. I started my own AI journey way back in IIT Bombay in 1996, around 27 years ago. We built, so I wrote a code using C++ to build a neural network which will predict exchange rate, okay? It took me 2,000 lines of code and 6 months of effort just to figure out what neural network is. Now, how many lines of code you write in for a neural network? Anybody? So it's 4 lines of code. So you define parameters and you start a neural network, like number of layers and so on. So what is happening is, you look at every sector. These are some of the verticals. We work in 14 verticals. What I'm trying to bring here to everybody's notice is, there are naysayers in buyer community when you meet customers who will say, Akash, where is AI? I want to tell them, here is AI. There are 14 verticals. We are just one of the companies. Every large company, wherever they are working, they are delivering AI solutions, okay? So today, when we talk about, I mentioned about contract. Just a few months ago, I was heading R&D for a contract lifecycle management company built out of Pune. It's globally #1 company built out of Pune. Now, this is unheard, right? A product being delivered from any Indian city it was not happening earlier. The earlier phase was doing application development and maintenance, testing, and all of that. So we heard all of that. Today there are product companies being built, and this is our chance actually. So when I meet a lot of students at IIT or wherever I go for open lectures, all these Rotary clubs, I try to tell them, don't consider AI as an extension to computer science. AI is going to be all pervasive, okay? So today people are saying AI will be in mechanical engineering, electrical. So today there are few groups in my company who are working on creating digital twin for data centers of Google and Facebook, okay? So AI is going to be all pervasive. AI is not a sub-branch of computer science. AI, I don't know how many of you know the ancient history of AI. Who was the first guy who built AI engine? Anybody? Any guess? First AI engine. So anyway, that guy name is Alan Turing, on whose name there is an award which is considered to be Nobel of Computer Science and AI. He built his AI physical machine using rotary relays. There was no computer. Remember, this is 1942. Alan Turing, you must watch a movie called Beautiful Mind. Oh, no, not Beautiful Mind. Absolutely. So you must watch this movie where Alan Turing, the way he was given the mandate by, UK government to break German Enigma code. And due to Alan Turing's work, the World War, it is said towards the end of the movie, the World War ended at least 2 years earlier and it saved millions of lives. Now this is another answer I want to give it to a lot of people who talk about AI safety and ethics and all those issues. AI is, or tech progress is going to be unidirectional. You can't stop it. Elon Musk cannot stop it, Sam Altman cannot stop it, or Ilya Sutskever cannot stop it. At the center of the recent OpenAI conversations and struggle between founder and board members and so on, one of the main issue was AI, ethics in AI and safety, human safety. But a lot of that today, there are more automobile accidents than any other thing. So are we taking out automobile as a technology? No. That should be the view towards AI. But the point I was trying to make, larger point is, you go to any industry, there is AI. And if it is not AI, you are unable to identify that this is AI. Okay? The Bayesian algorithm on Google, which actually allows you to really bring the type ahead, was there for like 10 years, 15 years, right? You type something, you type Narendra Modi, you will get everything around Narendra Modi. I will not finish all of that. Okay. One more, I would say, focus area we are taking, and I would advise everybody here from SMB Conclave, that robotic process automation is fairly deterministic technology. But fusion of RPA and AI, so Ganesh talked about robots, I'm talking about software robots. So fusion of RPA and AI really allows you to deliver business process automation, okay? Which is the biggest benefit AI is going to give today to any company. Let's say you are helping companies, you are selling software. What is the biggest benefit? Productivity, doing things, improving top line, improving bottom line. All of that is actually automated better using BPA technologies, and they are fusing AI and RPA. This is another vision I give. This is a generic diagram. This is not our proprietary architecture or something. But any activity you do in AI, you might want to start with a foundation like data fabric, okay? Then you try to build information management pieces. Then you build automation, all the way up to front-end software. Every piece of this, you need to think where AI can help, okay? So I'll give you one example. We are right now talking to an American firm. It's a law firm out of New York, where they actually go after sovereign default cases. And these are, mind you, these are like $500 million to $2 billion cases. And while doing that, they wanted us to analyze SWIFT transaction running into 400 million SWIFT transactions, okay? What are the ways to analyze this kind of data? Because you are mining them for patterns, you are mining them for answers the way ChatGPT does, you are trying to generate scenarios, we are using Gen AI. All this is happening right now, okay? So you need to really imagine. I was talking to another industrial automation company based out of US. They said, Akash, we have so many products and we have so many industry applications. Our sales engineers don't know what to use where. Can you create a bot, chatbot, which is using some kind of large language model, which will tell them when they are on site talking to customer, it will almost autocorrect them, okay? So these are some of the needs which are coming. So mind you, when, chatbots were being built before Gen AI and ChatGPT, but those were hard-coded, rule-driven chatbots. They were not true AI chatbots, okay? Today, the chatbot which is being built by using large language model, it almost has some amount of consciousness in it, some amount of ability to generate answers, options, okay? How many of you, Ganesh asked, how many of you are using ChatGPT? My next question is, How many of you are programmatically adding value to ChatGPT or doing fine tuning? How many of you? One? I got. Okay. So please, if you're a software company, I believe most of you are software services and product companies, start exploring OpenAI, Anthropic, you should go to Hugging Face leaderboard, find out all the top 20 models, start using them. How many of you are using Llama 2? Okay, wonderful. There are second year engineering students who have started using Llama 2 to do their assignments, to predict what will come into their orals. Okay, because these guys are empowered on day one to read research papers. Day two, they start actually doing Python coding in TensorFlow, PyTorch, and every possible, API or module around Python. So what I'm trying to say is, if you build a foundation, you might start with data fabric, data lake as starting point, and move up. Okay, another thing is the whole of Gen AI which we see comes from, so the professorish, lineages. AI is the bigger branch, then ML, then you have natural language processing, and then you have generative AI. Okay, but generative AI couples with all other technologies. Okay, so AI has, as Ganesh said, a narrow intelligence, general intelligence, and there is an event called 2048. There is something called as Singularity University, where people will put another AI, which is artificial super intelligence. So what is claimed by most of the people, like, I don't know whether you have read Ray Kurzweil. Ray Kurzweil did, like last 35 years, he has been doing technology predictions. 85 to 90% of them are correct. Ray Kurzweil says 2048 we'll have a singularity event. We will have a supercomputer with most advanced algorithms. By the way, Gen AI or all the ChatGPT and OpenAI cutting edge algorithm is only beginning. AI, as a scientist, if I wear my scientist hat, not as a business hat, AI is still in infancy. AI is yet to solve the causality problem. AI is yet to solve the planning of activities problem or inferencing. AI is still doing pattern matching. AI is still doing cosine similarity. AI is also yet to move into reinforcement learning in a true way. So one of the new things on which people say Sam Altman left out of OpenAI was Q-learning algorithm, which is reinforcement learning algorithm. Okay, all those things are yet to come. And suddenly, if you have Gen AI and then you have another, let's say causal AI, Gen AI will be just one of the utilizable component of the whole story. So this is a whole picture where you need to start jumping into if you want to do a research track. Okay, so I'll give you some ideas. We are working with a MIT-based, US MIT-based company where they are trying to build the next generation of optics. And as soon as you say optics, which is the AI algorithm you talk about computer vision. Imagine in the ASI domain, you start seeing what human can't see. Okay, and that is where that ASI will come. So ASI will come at a dimension of compute. ASI will come at a dimension of looking around, thinking, and so on. So one of the predictions Ray Kurzweil does is, he says, if ASI comes, you can have a supercomputer with most advanced AI algorithms, and it will do a Nobel level work in material science, chemistry, physics, economics. How many of you are economics majors or you had some economics in your academics? Okay, that's good. Okay, one of them. So economics has never been a science, although there is a Nobel in economics, which is a sciences Nobel, but there are no way you can run a regression model on million variables. But imagine a supercomputer which will run a regression model on 10 million variables. Okay, I used to do operation research, and we used to get stuck at million by million matrix to be solved for linear programming kind of large supply chain problems. Today it happens on my laptop. Okay, so all of those things are possible when we have ASI. So we have to really imagine very hard. Gone are the days when people will say, this is, ye nahi hota hai. All those things are gone, according to me. This is again the classification I covered. I'll not get into it. This was one of the focus area I wanted to focus. So if you really look at the applications where things are happening, content creation, customer support, every marketing guy in every company is glued on to ChatGPT. If you have a marketing manager take his ChatGPT access out, he will say, sir, I'm leaving the job. Okay? So content creation, customer support, in a big way, we have like 40 products. Every product I am embedding ChatGPT enabled, OpenAI enabled chatbot, every product. So this can be used to really answer the questions on product, usage, extension, pricing, problem. You imagine, how many of you have worked or even seen complex system like SAP or Oracle or Microsoft when it comes to ERP? Some of you, okay? Imagine you have a natural language interface to SAP. Those 20 lakh SAP consultants all over the world, they are going to vanish because they earn their income by remembering a T code, one T code for purchase order, one T code for invoice, one T code for MRP. Everybody has like 100 T code memory. That's all the SAP consultant is. Imagine you have a natural language interface. You say, hey Siri, tell me which plant is doing well. Okay, and behind Hey Siri, you have all the, OpenAI based or LLM or GenAI based codes. Okay, data analysis. All this time, I spent a lot of time doing data analysis pre-AI days, where companies wanted to analyze their financial data, manufacturing data, ERP data, sales, purchase, planning. Now the whole data analysis is again getting automated. We used to do 1 crore plus projects just doing business object implementation on SAP 15 years ago. It's going to vanish. The whole of data analytics will be automated. Task automation I explained earlier also. If you look at any vertical, it is composed of 10 to 15 business processes. You look at manufacturing, it is procure to pay, order to cash, planning to execution, record, record to report. Everything has 10 to 12 business processes. If you focus on automating those tasks and process, you will do well. Another big area is intelligent document processing. Okay, we are working with at least 30 global companies, including 3 of them being Fortune 10 companies, where we are automating purchase orders. So supplier purchase order comes, how do you extract data? We use just LLM. We are using supplier invoices, we are using goods received note, we are using customer rejects. Every document which touches ERP, we are trying to automate that using intelligent document processing. This was happening earlier, but this is not happening at the accuracy. Today in one pass, so I'm talking about, so there is a concept of, single, you don't need 1,000 documents to learn because this is not ML, this is LLM. So we do a single pass of a contract and it extracts everything from contract. So I'll give you one perspective. Given any kind of contract, what are the most important things out of that contract? One is people who are signing, the start date, end date, commercial consideration, indemnities, unlimited liability clause, jurisdiction, and so on, right? So these are metadata of around 40 things to be read out of any contract. And why I'm saying contract is one of the most difficult documents. Purchase order is easy, sales order is easy, production order is easy, invoices are easy. Which are the difficult documents? Contracts are very, very difficult documents. But 95% of the contracts can be extracted using a simple LLM, and it is a few shot or single shot learning. I don't need 10,000 contracts to read. That is the power of intelligent document processing and contract review. I have a lot of slides, but time's up. I will still cover a couple of slides. This is the same perspective in a more detailed manner. So if you look at text gen, image video gen, conversational agent, marketing automation, I am in fact adding, every time I'm adding person, I'm now thinking I should add a marketing automation bot. And what do I mean by that? It will actually go on social media, it will do organic SEO, it will do social media optimization, it will do posting, and so on. All of those tasks are being automated. The whole of SEO, SMO, account-based marketing, everything is going automated, and this is an opportunity for all the software companies like us. This is slightly granular. This is again task automation. I have taken SMB theme like supplier invoice, quality control. I have finished some of them, legal document review. This is another way of looking at, how we can automate. Email automation. I don't know how many of you have heard this. This was done earlier. 10 years ago, we used to classify email. So I remember 10 years ago, we built a Bayesian classifier to classify emails. Okay. Now I want to do next stage. If email says this guy should do this task, if minutes of meeting says this person should do this task, it should automatically generate and sit on his Microsoft Outlook. Okay, all these automations are possible right now, and eventually the more you are automated. I'll give you another perspective. I was talking to a very well-known big boiler manufacturing company. I told them, instead of you having 300 design people, you just need 30 of them. Nobody in that company believed me. Luckily, that company was our customer right from their ERP days. We built the product configurator for them. So I just said, you have ERP, you have product configurator, equivalent to Dell, where you ask questions and it suggests which server to buy. You just put an NLP or GenAI LLM layer on top of it. If you do that, you will automate your entire design process. And I even told them, if you are not automating, your customers who want to purchase boiler, they will automate it. Okay? And this is where I think things are moving. Last slide I have. What I've done is, I'm a big fan of value chain. You guys are in software company, you are either building product, you are doing services. Every industry you are trying to go, try to create a value chain like this. So this is a value chain of healthcare, mostly in US. So it starts with patient encounter, to medical records, to medical coding, to medical bidding, billing, to revenue integrity and payment collection. What I have identified below is, in each of these 6 areas, I have identified AI use cases. Okay? One of the template Ganesh covered, that is slightly one level detailed view of what I am presenting. What Ganesh covered, in every piece of that, you could actually have, you will have for all these, for example, medical coding. It's a very complex thing. Unless you have 5 years of medical coding experience, you can't do correct medical coding. And you know what it means? It only means listening or going over to electronic health record, going over through doctor-patient conversation, and then codifying that this patient has this problem, this is the symptom, this is the procedure. So there is a whole lot of CPT codes and DRG code. We are, by the way, building our own LLM in the coding area. Once we do that, we will be actually eliminating the human coding requirement. Okay? I'll also give you another perspective. This is done in Amazon in Seattle office. They've started reporting non-biological workers, which means somebody who is doing a marketing job, somebody who is doing the, let's say, scanning job of a parcel. All of those are algorithms. They are known as non-biological workers. And they've started reporting that. How many biological workers, how many non-biological workers. This is future and this is happening. I feel if you are committed to GenAI as an area, just focus on it. There's a lot of work to be done. Ganesh put out a lot of numbers. I have more numbers. But simply speaking, it will add trillions of dollars worth of work for all of us. So that is where you should focus. Let me see if I have something else. I'll just cover quickly some of our work, what we are doing. This is another theme I talked about. There are 40 plus products we have. Okay, this is another opportunity I'm trying to tell you. Every company you go to who has software product, if you're going as a GenAI services company, tell them this is how we can modify your product. We can add customer service. We can add virtual assistant. We can add LLM-based chatbot, not the good old rule-driven chatbot. That's what we are doing. That's what this slide covers. These are some of the examples where we split PDF. I talked about intelligent document processing. These are some of the algorithms. This is our chatbot. We integrate with every product, our product, anybody else's product. You should build this. Then this is a document processing from purchase order. I talked about every process you can imagine. Okay? Imagine we had no physical registrations here. Imagine somebody walks up at a camera, is identified, and he gets his printed, card, or he doesn't even need printed card. He just publishes some barcode. So all of that is happening. Legal I covered. This is unlikely industry. I was not sure whether legals will go because they are the last to automate. Healthcare is also late to automate. Who are the early pioneers of automation? These are banking companies, so BFSI sector, then you have retail, telecom, then manufacturing, and last could be government. US government has huge budgets for AI, generative AI and LLM. And these budgets are completely experimental budgets. So they have experimented, they have budgeted for AI experiments in warfare. So just 4 years ago, I was working with US Air Force, where we were trying to tell them how convolutional neural network can solve your problem of identifying which are the targets for your jet. It can identify whether you are going into civilian area and you are going into non-civilian area. Great. So I can go on, but I think I'll stop here. This is great. Thanks a lot, NASSCOM. Thanks a lot, all of you. I will be here in the afternoon if you have any questions. We are planning to expand in Indore, but that is still on the cards. I'm not the guy who will expand, but I head globally the data science and AI. So any interaction, I welcome. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for giving so immense knowledge about what all things can be done and what all things are there in Gen AI. I would like to call upon Mr. Didin to facilitate Mr. Akash sir. Thank you.